The song Firstborn, I would say, is the most emotional song on our album. If you'll notice by the title, there's kind of a vague connection to first father and first mother. All of those songs deal with loss to some degree. First mother, of course, is like loss of identity and loss of Eden. First father is losing someone you love, and I really imagined it sort of in a like losing a partner, someone like you're in love with, like romantically. And this song is about a parent losing a child. It was a very emotional song to write. It was inspired actually by two people in my life who I've seen lose children. One of those young men, we actually met after a show. We were playing in Albuquerque. His family had asked us to come to the house. He was at that point on hospice care at home and had liver cancer. We went as a band and were able to meet him. And it was a very emotional moment for our band. And in this emotional time that we spent with him, I think as a band we were able to see each other mourn. I think you really learn a lot about someone through the process of sickness and death, including the people you're around, your fellow friends and family members. And I think as we grew to love this boy, we also kind of grew to love each other more. And we realized we wanted to write a song about this. I've also been processing over the last couple of years. One of my best friends lost his son in an automobile accident. Watching their family go through that mourning process and seeing what it looks like to love a child, to where you lose them and you know that you forever changed to a degree. And it doesn't mean you can't love, it doesn't mean you can't be happy again, but you'll always wear that wound. Third, writing this song for families I meet. There was a family, a couple that I met in Boston who lost a child recently, a young child, and coming out to our show was actually the first time they left the house since that happened a few weeks prior. I wanted to write a song that looks at that pain and validates what those families are going through, I think for many people, their faiths, their philosophies, the things they consume, things can be an escape from pain. But I think to really actually process and to go through all the stages of grief that we need to go through, we need to be able to look at that pain seriously and not just ignore it. I heard someone say that wisdom is holding two conflicting realities next to each other simultaneously and holding them in your mind. And those two realities are hope and despair. I think as children, we can be so full of hope, and life and pain and losing people can add despair to our lives. And I think there are some truths to be found in despair, because so many things are difficult to understand and the world is full of pain and suffering. I think we need to be honest and sober enough to see that, while simultaneously believing that there's hope. It would be very unfair to those families for me to not mention, especially my friend who lost his child, that this family has the hope of life after death. As much as I was raised to believe that I do have the answers, I don't know. I have a lot more questions than answers about how death works and what happens, but I know that dying is not a easy, beautiful process. It's a difficult thing to watch someone die. I believe that love reaches beyond the grave, and I do believe that existence continues past the finite realm that we're living in. I would never want to use someone's tragedy to proselytize, to preach, because everyone's going through various life experiences, and I want to respect that. But this song was definitely written about these families going through loss, and with the hope of love and life continuing past death. In this song, you see me asking a lot of questions that grieving people go through. I ask, do branches wither first when there's blood on the roots? Which is to say, I've seen a lot of people who are losing family members wonder, like, is my brokenness why this earth is so messed up? Why sickness happens? Why cancer happens to children? Going through grief, it's easy to blame yourself, but you can't stay there forever, because we can all run through, I wish I would have done something different or said something different. I meet people at shows who are terminally ill, and sometimes I beat myself up saying, oh, I should have said this, I should have been better, I should have been more sensitive. But ultimately, all we can do is try, and all we can do is love. You will inevitably, if you're watching this video, encounter people suffering, going through terminal illness, people who have lost children or parents or spouses. And the best thing I can do is just be honest. Just say, hey, I don't know what to say, but I want to be here for you. So maybe you just need to shut up. Maybe you just need to be quiet and just like inhabit that space with someone. That's what the song Firstborn is about. And I'm looking forward to y'all listen to it. Love you.